Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you guys a episode of Scrap Mechanic, and yes, this is my face. This is kind of weird for me. I said I was going to buy a camera, and I have bought a camera. Now, I do apologize if my background's kind of weird or the lighting's off. I record right next to a window, so I get a lot of shifts in lighting, so I'm going to have to cover that up. But I figured let's go ahead and do this. This was something that I wanted to do for a while now. Now, this is not going to be a permanent thing, but I figured you guys really wanted to see this, and 50K is a big number, so it's probably the appropriate time to do a face reveal. So we're doing that. We're going to check out some of my first creations today, which I'm really excited about that. But, like I said, guys, I just want to thank you for the 50K subs, because that is absolutely amazing. It's like, I can't even think of that in my head, especially considering we started in January, and now we're in October, and we're already at 50K, so that's amazing. But anyways, let's go ahead. We're going to jump in, check out some of these creations. I got a couple things I want to talk about. Now, I do have a actual 50K, that's a weird number to say. I still have a special coming up. It's probably going to be next week. I've got a build that I'm working on. It's a fairly big build, and it's going to take a while for me to do. So just be patient with me there. It will be coming out next week. I'm pretty sure on Saturday. So anyways, we're going to jump in here. I'm going to check out my first creation, which I did do I had a special on that, and that was my 500 sub special. And I kind of did that like every time I had a small milestone, I would do another special. And, you know, I was thinking about it. I was like, nobody actually watched that. You know, a couple people did. I don't really know the view count on it. But I'm going to go ahead and go over my first creation. We're going to go over the first couple episodes. Now, I did lose my school bus, my off-road school bus, my episode 1. I can't find it. And that's actually kind of heartbreaking. I really wanted to locate that because that was, you know, that's where it all started as far as my recording. But I don't know where it is. So we're going to have to figure out where that is. Now, another thing, I do apologize if my camera's up here. My face is over here on my second monitor. So if I'm like staring off in space, I want to really let this go through the first time, and then I'm going to check and see maybe where I need to move my camera. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop in here. And this is really awkward because I can still see myself, and I'm trying to play the game in front of me. So bear with me here. Okay, here is my first creation. Now, I'm not really sure what this is. This is like a off-road, maybe it's like a truck. It's got a lot of wheels on it, and it's a mess. Let's look up the spider web on it. I've got some motors, of course, that are not connected because reasons. I've got a duck for a trailer hitch, I'm assuming. I've got a couple controllers, and I guess the doors work. Hold on, let me hit the switch here. Now look at that, the doors actually work. Okay, that's a start. Did both of them actually move? They did. I mean, those doors are really weird, but they work. How do I get into this? I guess I just hop up here. Let's see. I can't figure out how to get into my own creation. It's kind of sad. I'm assuming this was the start of the off-road school bus. It's got a little bit of that feel to it, but I guess it just stopped. I mean, I just probably looked at this and gave up on it. Like, I even think I cut this piece of the roof off just to be able to get into it, and that's it's kind of sad. So, okay, that switch isn't connected to anything. Where's the doors? We'll just leave the doors open. It's not a big deal. Let's go ahead, hop in here, and see how it handles. I'm pretty sure it handles like crap. That's a weird design in the back. I got these suspension pieces just right in the middle of the back wheels, but oh, you know what? That ride's actually really good. That's really surprising. It looks like it wants to tip over. You know, let's try to weave it back and forth here and see if we can get it to tip over. And I'm sorry for the changing lighting in here. It's early. I need to cover this window. This is it's actually bright. It's brighter than normal. Of course, today I was going to do Facecam for the first time. I get a day where the sun's just like, it just comes down into my window and just stares at me the whole time, but it's kind of awkward. Yeah, this actually isn't that bad. I kind of like at least the way it handles. It doesn't look great. I mean, I could make some revisions to it, maybe paint it up. You can see the little motor block that it was going for. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go off over here. Yeah, you know, that actually isn't that bad. I mean, I had a couple maps that I went to, which I'm pretty sure were before this, where I was like, I would go in, I'd create a creation, I'd go back into the map, and it's just like a piece of wood in the ground, and with the seed on it. I'm like, What was I doing? Did I just say, oh, man, no, let's just go to another world? I guess I didn't know how to delete anything, but yeah, you know what? This actually isn't terrible. It's okay. I would say for my first creation, this wasn't bad. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop into, I'm guessing, I think it was episode 2 was the rocket chopper. I do apologize about not, and that kind of breaks my heart. I really wanted to find my off-road school bus. Like, I've got the 2.0 school bus, but I couldn't find the original one. So let's hop into the rocket chopper real quick and test it out. Okay, here is the rocket chopper. Now, this actually doesn't look terrible. It probably doesn't function. I imagine it's really heavy on the side, so when you're turning over and then I guess the rocket part was, hey, let's stick some thrusters on it and hope that it doesn't kill me. Let's see, it's nice. I mean, it's got the controller on the front, so you've got the arms that actually slant out, but you've got a double wheel here in the front. This is really weird. Let's go ahead and hop into this. Hopefully this works. I'm gonna assume, you know, I made a video on it. Now, I can't guarantee that my first videos were all that good, so this, you know, this actually works. This feels good. I guess I got the 1 key for the rocket boosters, and is that actually working? It doesn't feel like it. I don't know, it's like maybe I have them turned down really far, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. I don't remember how this video did. I think it did okay. My first video, my off-road school bus, it was like set, I think it's still setting at like 44,000 views, which for episode 1 or well, it's my second video. We won't talk about the first video, it's no longer on the website. But for this being my second creation, I would say, or my second episode, this probably isn't that bad. This is very early in the game. It must have been in January, or maybe this was early February by the time this one came out. But yeah, it's not that bad. We're gonna hop out of it here. It's got a nice look to it. You know, if we would have had the paint tool a long time ago, this would be pretty awesome to paint. I'd probably go with like a black and maybe add some red in there. Alright, moving on to the last couple of creations. I've got what appears to be a Mad Max, the diesel from the movie. That was episode 3. Now, I've also got what appears to be maybe a tank. I don't really know. Let's go check it out real quick. I don't know what I was going for here. This might be a tank. Let's see, what is it? Oh. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit in here. Looks like I was going for turning off the front wheel and the back wheel. I don't know if that necessarily is going to work. There doesn't appear to be much room in the wheel wells, so I can imagine this thing hitting the walls every time it goes to turn. Does the turret work? Yeah, it appears to be on a motor. Can I hop into here? Oh, it does work. Okay, that's a positive. I mean, this is a really tiny tank, but can I hop out? No. That's something. I mean, it doesn't, aesthetically, it looks terrible. It's just a box with another box on the outside of it, but let's go ahead, hop in. It's not bad. It turns better than I pictured it turning. I figured that the wheels were going to actually catch the sidewalls, but yeah, I would say it's not that bad. That's not bad at all, actually. You know, it really doesn't look like a tank the more I look at it. It's got that huge turret on top, and I guess, I don't really know what this looks like. I don't know what I was going for here, but this looks like one of my first obsessions with metal. As anybody that watches my channel knows that I use metal on almost all my creations. I know it puts you at a disadvantage because everything's heavy, but I love the way the texture looks, especially when it's painted. So I'm assuming that's kind of where this started from. And that's with the Mad Max build we're about to look at. That thing is completely made out of metal. So I can only imagine, I really want to open up the spider web and see exactly how I did it. But this creation, I don't even know where it came from. I want to say it might have been in between episodes. I'm pretty sure when Scrap Mechanic first came out, there was an obsession with tanks. So it's probably like, you need to build a tank. And this is what I came up with, unfortunately. And it doesn't really look like a tank. So I do apologize about that, but I think we're gonna go check out the Mad Max build next. Alright, here is the diesel from the Mad Max I think it's called Fury Road movie. I thought I was a genius when I thought of this. I was like, oh, you know, Scrap Mechanic was really early in its cycle of videos out on YouTube. And I was like, nobody's done the Mad Max vehicle yet. I need to do this. And I tell you what, this one isn't bad, and it's absolutely massive. Like, it's cool looking. I think, let's see the setup here. I want to say, oh wow, never mind, that is completely messy. I see the 4 engines here. I've got all the front wheels powered up, but for some reason I have just 2 of the back wheels powered up, which, for how heavy this thing is, you would think that we would need some sort of, I don't know, a little bit more carry here. I'm kind of curious if it still drives good. You've got that, you've got the water tank, you've got the big, I think it was carrying water in the movie, so maybe this is the fuel tank up here and that's the water tank. You've got the little area or the perch that somebody would set on to protect it. It doesn't detach. No, it doesn't. It's all attached here. And I do remember this was one of the first creations where I realized that Scrap Mechanic has the 1-block bearing. So you need to create the width has to be uneven to be able to center that bearing. I mean, there's other ways to do hitches now, but this is what I came up with back then. I do like the exhaust coming out the top, and they're actually kind of tilted back. That looks cool. Suspension-wise, I was actually using single pieces. It's probably, you know, I'm surprised it's not completely compressed. It's kind of puzzling considering how heavy this is. Maybe the back's possibly holding it up a bit. I mean, that's because the backs look fully compressed, so maybe that's what it is. Anyways, let's go ahead and try this out. I think I went into somewhat of, yeah, I've got some detail in there. You can see there's a back, I think in the movie they had like a little escape hatch, or I actually think it was a compartment under there, and I don't know if you can actually jump out the bottom. But I have that back there. I've got the 4 seats. Let's see. The 1 key closes the doors. Okay. The 2 key does something. It feels like we're slightly moving. I can hardly hear right now because I'm kind of far back. I don't have my headphones on. My headphones, I need to get some earbuds because my big ones, they're studio headphones, so they're like this big on my head. And my head's already big enough, but having those up there, it's really, really distracting on video. So... oh, you know, for that being completely metal, that's got a lot of pickup on it. What's the 3 key do? And that switch is not, of course, I mean, with it being an early connection, I'm going to have a bunch of dead buttons on it. Oh, turning wise, this thing, how did I get this to turn in the video? This could use a suspension glitch or something, or, you know, I think like maybe changing up the motors, maybe putting more power in the back wheels might make this work, but I have a feeling I'm pretty well screwed on this one. You know, this would have been another one. It would have been really nice to be able to paint this one because it looks so much. I mean, you got a big plain metal block. And I forget. I think it's probably the first, probably 15 episodes to 20 episodes. None of the creations were painted. I mean, this was before the paint tool. But now that you have them, I mean, you look at stuff like this and you wonder, man, people were really into this game. Like, when it first came out, to be able to look at stuff like this and be like, oh, that looks good, because... yeah, not having paint on anything, it's so strange to see now. Like, I'm so used to, I mean, it's the first thing I whip out, it's the paint tool. After I put a frame or a body together, I'm already painting away at it. So, yeah, it's kind of odd. I wouldn't mind going back and maybe, oh, that's going to be a rock. Oop. Okay, let's back up here. Oh, this thing doesn't back up very good, too. Oh. Okay, here's some of the flaws in the creation, but anyways, I wouldn't mind going back and actually painting some of these. I'd like to, I guess I might do it with the School Bus 2.0. I like to go back and actually paint it because that was probably one of the last videos before I couldn't... I think that was probably the last video before the paint tool came out. Either that or I was starting a racetrack after that, and I believe that's when it came out because I think the very first thing I painted was the Formula 1 car that I did. But yeah, that's not bad. It's a... oh, the question is, I thought about it now. I have a roof hatch on almost every one of my creations. Can I get out of this thing? So 1 key. Oh, okay, we hop right out the top. Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. That is actually pretty cool. Yeah, but I think going forward, how we're going to do this, if you want to see more Facecam, I will do it. I'm not going to do it for all my videos. It's kind of weird. You know, I had to actually, like normally when I record, I mean, it's already kind of early. You can see, obviously, the sun's starting to shift a little bit. I will do it probably for maybe like the viewer creation episodes because that is morely me reacting to your guys' creations. So I might do the Facecam on those, but for my own, say my town builds, not unless it's something extremely special, I probably won't do Facecam. So I will do a mix of Facecam and not doing it, because I'm pretty sure there's people on both sides of the table, and some people that don't really care to see it. To me, when I see Facecams, it's always a little distracting, so it's kind of a thing where we may or may not do it always. I don't know, I'll have to decide on that, but anyways, guys, I do want to thank you guys. I mean, this is amazing, having the 50K subs. It's strange, it's awesome. I mean, I hope to continue on. I want one of those play buttons. That would be really nice to have. So hopefully Scrap Mechanic continues to go strong. I will continue to play it for the foreseeable future, as long as they start updating. I mean, they've been kind of slow about updates, but supposedly that's because of the new engine. The new engine, when it comes out, hopefully that's going to make everything so much better. I mean, I think about it all the time now. I'm like, man, you know, if I have a build that starts to lag, I'm like, well, what would the new engine do? So hopefully when that comes out, we'll get another really strong push with it, and hopefully we'll be able to, you know, do more things, more complicated things. I can do more complicated things in the town and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for everything. None of this would be possible without you. This camera that's on top of my monitor that is really strange because it's staring me in the face, that wouldn't be possible without you guys. The computer, none of that. So I do want to thank you guys. Here's to, you know, 100K at some point. That would be really, really cool. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a good day. Hopefully this was a little bit surprising. I'm pretty sure a lot of you caught on that this was going to happen. I know we didn't build anything today, but I figured let's go back and look at the past and check out some old creations. Plus, I can figure out what I'm doing here webcam-wise, because I'm still a little confused. So hopefully everything turns out okay. Color-wise, I need to figure out what I need to do with this window to my side. This is still weird because I'm seeing me everywhere. So hopefully I didn't stare off into space too much for you guys. But anyways, hope you have a good day, and we will see you guys next time.